it's Rachel with Rachel's Remedies, and today I'm going to be talking about my love affair with caffeine and coffee. So, quick show and tell. This is my favorite coffee maker, like a regular coffee maker. The reason I like it is because of this coffee thing. You make your coffee and it stays hot in that 2 days. I'll be linking all my coffee makers down below. Another one I have is coffee maker. I love it. You wouldn't know it's a coffee maker, would you? It's this way. It's actually a French press. The coffee is inside there and you can still see it steaming. I probably made it 2 hours ago. It literally stays hot for 2 hours and the coffee's squished down in the bottom. So I'll be reviewing a few coffee makers in this video because I am a coffee connoisseur. Coffee and I have had a love-hate relationship for years and years, as long as I can remember. Probably started drinking coffee in college. Started making kombucha, and I made 2 gallons a week and drank 2 gallons a week. One day I just added up how much caffeine I was actually downloading into my system. Evolving all of the Nespressos we had an official espresso machine for 3 or 4 years as a Seiko, and loved it. It was super expensive though, and when it broke, we were just heartbroken because everyone online's like, it has like a 4-year thing, and then once it breaks, you can't get them fixed. We were like, okay, we're just not going to do that for a while. But we found ourselves going to Starbucks, which if you're going to Starbucks every day, you could be putting that money just in a savings account and just like saving up for the trip to Mexico, baby. We don't like doing that. Williams-Sonoma, right at that moment in time, the Nespresso was starting to really take off. They're like, oh, you just buy these little pods. Now, given the pods are 70 cents each, some of them are 65. They kind of vary in price. So we've had, and I'm gonna start putting up the Nespresso machines we've had. We've had at least 4 or 5 kinds of Nespresso machines. We have little ones, we've had big ones that do their foaming and frothing. And then I finally was like, that's enough. And we're spending so much money on these pods. Let's get the business Nespresso machine. We'll get one for the business, one for home. So we did that. And the business machine has a different pod shape, and they're 50 cents instead of 70 cents. Well, right around this time period, we started really evaluating how much caffeine we were drinking. And I decided cold turkey to quit. I quit kombucha, quit coffee, quit, all forms of caffeine. And, they say 2 to 4 days, will be rough, and then you'll be fine after that. Well, 5 weeks after I quit, I was still literally crawling to the bathroom, and I realized something was really wrong. And so I actually went to a DO and got tested. They said my DHEA levels were shot, my adrenal glands were, stressed out, my thyroid was like putrefied, and so it was such a bad report, and I was pre-diabetic. Thank you, kombucha. At that point, I realized we need to switch to decaffeinated coffee. First thing I did was automatically do Nespresso, the decaffeinated pods. And they were actually better with the residential machine. When we upgraded to the business machine for the office and for home, I felt like all of a sudden it just wasn't an enjoyable drink. It doesn't taste that great. And Nespresso, you're not getting organic coffee, and coffee is very processed. There's a lot of chemicals involved, and especially decaffeinated coffee, because they use chemicals to strip the caffeine out. Okay, here I am, laden with more. Number 1 is this dandelion blend. We had a friend who had cancer, and they ate candy every night before bed, and had to have coffee all throughout the day. They went on the keto diet, and if you do keto, make sure it's the right kind of cancer. I don't think keto's great for every cancer, but they had bone cancer, and it had spread throughout their body, and when they did keto, it did totally clear up. But this was the coffee at that time that I was really recommending, because Dandy Blend is not coffee, it's actually herbs, and it's roasted barley, rye, chicory root. The dandelion root really supports your liver. And so if you are a huge coffee addict and you get some kind of really bad medical report, I would do this instead of decaf coffee. It's nice because there's these little travel packets from Amazon, and there's this big one from Amazon. All you do is add hot water. And our friends who have always been huge coffee drinkers absolutely had no problem. They went straight on this chicory root day one and stuck with it. So love Dandy Blend. That's a really good, if you're a coffee lover and you're gonna have to take a break or say goodbye, that's a good one. What I'm doing right now is I found this really like airtight bin, and then I have my decaf beans in there, and I grind them myself like 5 seconds before I put it in my French press. Now this little French press, I went from my huge Nespresso and all the pods and all of that, I took it to the office, and now we just have this little baby, and love this. Just took it on a trip and took like a little Ziploc baggie of the beans. You're gonna grind it as thick and big as you can do the grounds. And if you can even do a hand grinder. If you can grind it daily and it's fresher, it'll be the best cup of coffee you've ever had. I like, with decaf, I like to go a little bit extra with the grounds, and I like to find the darkest roast. Costco has probably the cheapest one, and I like it, and I can get it pretty strong, but Amazon has a little bit darker roast. But anyway, right now, currently, for the cheapest, best tasting, most organic decaf coffee, another press. It's really cool. I got it from Amazon. I kind of wanted one that you could drink out of. First of all, this one makes actually more than this one. Second of all, I got it for travel because, and I'll put it linked below, because it keeps it so hot. I'll still keep it, I'll put it in the fridge, and then I'll make like an iced coffee later. I really want coffee, and other days I want chicken broth, and I'm more health conscious. But sometimes coffee tastes so good to me if I can't have dessert. And that's a lot of times when I run to the coffee pot and just try to make some kind of creamy thing for me while everyone's eating cherry pie or something. What I kind of found out was I was artificially like pumping up my system, injecting myself basically with something that kind of kept me going. Couldn't lose weight. I had foggy brain, affecting my health negatively. We love each other because I like the way it tastes and feels and all of that, but at the end of the day, it's really not a friend to my body. It will be the best decaf coffee you've ever had, or this coffee is actually pretty good. Those are my non-coffee drinker ideas, and I hope you like this video, and just comment below if coffee's been a struggle for you. I realized, ooh, something's off. Let me know, comment below, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye-bye.